Hello everybody and welcome to another video. Today is my bookshelf tour. Finally, I've been trying to film this quite a few times and it never turns out how I want it to. This is like a vlog style thing on my phone because it's where my shelves are. They're right against my bed, so it's kind of difficult for me to get my camera up on the bed on a tripod to hold it still. Before I jump straight into the video, I wanted to add a book and just let you know about a book I recently got that isn't on these shelves in this video because I didn't have it then, and that is Stephen King's The Bazaar of Bad Dreams. It is a collection of books, well, it's a collection of thrilling stories that gets introduced by Stephen King with when, where, or how he came to write it. I've never actually read a Stephen King book before. I really want to read some of his stuff, and I found it really hard to try and get into it when I did try and read some of his stuff. So I thought this sounded really interesting with the back and how it's like shorter stories. So I went for it. It was only £4 at Morrison's, which is a supermarket thing that had like 3 shelves of books, and that was it. I'm going to jump straight in with this video and I hope you enjoy it. So this is just an overview of my shelves. I'm going to start over here on the top. Okay, so the first books on the top of my bookshelf is Divergent, Insurgent, Allegiant and 4. Next up I've got the Series of Unfortunate Events book series. Next up I've got my YouTuber books. I'm not going to pull these out because they are like this. I'm going to start from the bottom to the top. So I've got The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire by Dan and Phil, All I Know Now by Carrie Hope Fletcher, On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher, The Scrapbook of My Life by Alfie Days, Love Tanya by Tanya Burr, Grace's Guide by Grace Helbig, Girl Online on Tour by Zoe, and The Pointless Book by, again, Alfie Days. Next up are the last books that are on the top of my shelves. I've got The Land of Stories, The Wishing Spell by Chris Colfer. This is signed. Next, I've got The Land of Stories, The Enchantress Returns by Chris Colfer. Struck by Lightning by Chris Colfer, and this one is signed. I've got The Complete Works of Sherlock Holmes by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Aqua Combat by one of my friends. Next I have The Girl of Ink and Stars by Kieran Millward Hargrave. I have got the Percy Jackson series. I know there are only 4 books here. I am currently missing the second book. I have only read the first 2. These are by Rick Riordan. Nerve by Jeanne Ryan. Next I've got Since You've Been Gone, Second Chance Summer and Amy and Roger's Epic Detour by Morgan Matson. Naomi and Eli's No Kiss List, Rachel Coyne and David Leviathan. Beautiful Broken Things by Sarah Barnard with the Zoella Book Club cover. Next, The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter by Seth Graham Smith, I Was Here by Gail Foreman. Lastly on this shelf I have Lying About Last Summer by Sue Warman. The first 2 books on my fairy tale retelling shelf is Alice and Red Queen by Christina Henry, Queen of Hearts by Colleen Oakes, first 3 books in the Lunar Chronicle series by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet and Cress, The Shadow Queen by C.J. Redwine, Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page, A Court of Thorn and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. And lastly on this shelf is Beastly by Alex Flynn. The next shelf, the first 3 books are The Fault in Our Stars, Looking for Alaska and Paper Towns by John Green, Young, Gifted and Dead by Lucy Carver, Follow Me Back by Nikki Cloak, How I Live Now by Meg Rossoff. I have Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella, Drowning of Arthur Braxton by Caroline Smales, Radio Silence by Alice Osman, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky, This Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales. The last 3 books on the shelf is the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. Shatter Me, Unravel Me and Ignite Me. Shelf down I have The Grace Keepers by Kirsty Logan, Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, The Designated Ugly Fat Friend and Lying Out Loud by Cody Keplinger, Fangirl, Carry On and Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. And lastly on this shelf I have the Inkworld series by Cornelia Funk, Inkheart, Inkspell and Ink Death. First book on the next shelf is Even Adam by Michael Grant and Catherine Applegate. These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey, The Coldest Girl in Coal Town by Holly Black. I'm not going to pull these ones out because there's quite a few of them and they're wedged in, but I've got the first, second, third and 6th book in the Mortal Instrument series. Then I have, as far as I'm aware, the first book in the Infernal Devices, and then the first book in the Dark Artifices, all by Cassandra Clare. Moving down a shelf, we start with Harry Potter, The Tales of Beedle the Bard by J.K. Rowling, books 1 to 3 of Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling, Danny the Champion of the World by Roald Dahl, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Princess Bride by William Goldman, Pollyanna by Eleanor H. Porter, Journey to the Centre of the Earth by Jules Verne, The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. And lastly on this shelf I have the Chronicles of Narnia series by C.S. Lewis, The Magician's Nephew, Lion the Witch and the Wardrobe, The Horse and His Boy, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, Silver Chair and The Last Battle. Starting on the next shelf I have 1 through 5 of the Morganville Vampire books, Glass House, Dead Girls Dance, Midnight Alley, Feast of Fools and Lord of Misrule, all by Rachel Caine. Lying Game by Sarah Shepard. The first 2 books in the Pretty Little Liars series, Pretty Little Liars and Flawless, also by Sarah Shepard. The Perfectionist series, The Perfectionists and the Good Girls by Sarah Shepard. Outlander or Cross Stitch by Diana Gabaldon. And lastly on this shelf I have Me Before You and After You by Jojo Moyes. Onto the last shelf. I'm not going to pull any of these out besides 3 of them or 4 of them because they're quite big. Over here I have The Secret Garden hardback. Then I have Peter Pan, the more kiddish edition. Then I have 2 Pokemon comic things. I have this Hannah Montana Backstage Pass thing and this High School Musical one. They're relatively the same thing, but I need to get rid of them. Then I have a hardback edition of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Then I have The Buffy Chronicles, is the unofficial companion to this show. Then I have the Monster Book and the Watcher's Guide for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Then I've got this, which is Animal Stories and Rhymes, and this is my favourite book when I was younger, so it's very, very ruined. Then I have the F. Scott Fitzgerald Great Gatsby programme from when I went to see it with my school. Then I have this big book of stupid jokes by Smarties, and then I've got Tales of Shakespeare, and then I've got Much Ado About Nothing, which these were used for school. Then I have an Usborne Little Book of Bedtime Stories, like Ghosts Caught on Film 3 by Gordon Rutter. Okay, so that was the bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed it. It took me ages to film. Don't forget to follow me on all my social media, all my links in the description box below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I want you to join my little corner of the internet, and I will see you next time in another video. Bye guys. I can't do the thing on here, it's my phone. Ugh.